Pat, what are some of the main adjustments you expect from them after game one?
I think they'll come out more aggressive. Obviously, they didn't make a ton of threes first game. Totally different ball game though without Steph. So, yeah, I can't give too much away game plan wise, but obviously we expect them to come out swinging.
How do you guys survive offensively without Steph?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're losing 30-plus points and a ton of gravity, but we feel like we have the ability to play pretty fast even without him. Unfortunately, at the trade deadline, we traded for one of the better closers in the game. So we've got Jimmy, who we can play through. We got a lot of guys that are knocking down shots right now, knock on wood, but he's going to keep it going, and it'll be a collective effort for sure.
You mentioned the gravity. I mean, beyond 30 points, how does sort of just the geometry of the game change without him?
Yeah, 100% changes, but you know, we scored 99 last game and got it done. So I think we still have to lock up and hang our hat on defense, and obviously, hopefully that translates to a little bit of easier offense, getting out and running. And then half court, like I said, won't give too much away game plan wise, but I feel like we've got a good game plan and can get after it.
Steve said that when he was talking about Jimmy, he said like kind of nobody in the league controls the game, controls the tempo, sees the pictures kind of like he does. Where do you see that kind of show up?
Yeah, I think he's just so poised. I think you see it in the games where we have limited turnovers. We talked about it in the Rockets series. When we don't turn the ball over, we're a damn tough team to beat. And I think we like our chances in the half court against these guys as well. So as long as we take care of the rock, Jimmy is unreal at that. We're going to play through him. Obviously, that's no secret. But just elite in terms of controlling the pace, getting to where he wants on the floor, and quite frankly, probably a little bit underappreciated in terms of getting other guys shots.
Where is your game growing the most this season?
I think confidence. You know, I've always believed in myself, but just having the confidence to just get in there and make something happen. You know, earlier on in the year, was getting 2 to 3 minute spurts, and you talk to anybody around the league, it's really tough to get a flow in that kind of environment. But that's what the team needed of me. You know, I came in and tried to be an energy spark plug guy when we were 12 deep. You know, I don't blame Steve. He's not going to play 14 guys. So finally have a little opportunity here to play, get a rhythm in the playoffs, and play, you know, 8 to 12 plus minutes. Way easier to get into a flow and get a rhythm with the guys that are out there. So confidence, but it was never wavering. It was just more so about getting the opportunity.
And how much do you maybe credit your Santa Cruz experience for that, too?
Oh, huge. Yeah, man. I think people were excited about the hook shot, but that started down in Santa Cruz, working with Nick, getting on the court and realizing that, you know, I'm able to explode and get to the rim down there. Probably going to have to do a little bit less of that up here and find ways to be effective. So this is probably the best continuity across the league in terms of G League to NBA. From a system standpoint, from development, top to bottom, you've seen it time and time again with Juan, with Damian Lee, all those guys. So, yeah, beyond thankful for that group.
Pat, there's been already a lot of talk about the physicality of this series. How did the Houston series prepare you, and how do you think it compares to what you saw in Houston?
Yeah, it was a dogfight. We felt like, you know, I think they had some words after the first game that we were being a little bit physical, but to be honest with you, we didn't feel like we were being that physical at all. Houston was a dogfight, and yeah, I mean, people will say the refs are letting you get away with more. I think it's just everyone's turning up the notch a little bit defensively, and guys are locking in the game plans that much tighter. So probably a little bit less of a whistle, but also just the attention to detail picks up quite a bit more.
Pat, you're no stranger to competing in the month of May. Of course, you're a ways away from Ridley and playing lacrosse there, but regardless of sport, how much do you savor the opportunity to make impact plays in playoff scenarios?
I just like competing, man. Whatever it is, competing in cornhole, ping pong, you name it. I grew up in a household with 2 other brothers, and we competed at everything. So this is nothing new. Just the environment's a little bit heightened, but that's what I look for.
You're definitely becoming a fan favorite. Are you getting that vibe? I mean, I don't know if you're in a bubble here. Can you tell that people back in the Bay Area are like talking about you a lot?
It's made its way to me. I'm not on social media, but it's made its way back to me. I got a lot of people in my inner circle supporting me, and sometimes they send me some funny clips and stuff too.
What do you think of Draymond's comments of the night? Is it you're a damn good player, you might not look like a player, and 61 doesn't help?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like an offensive lineman number out there. I'll give him that. It just has a little special meaning to me, so I'm rocking it. But honestly, anytime you get a compliment like a guy from that, from a guy like that, just Hall of Famer, elite, best defensive player to do it. So gives you a ton of confidence when you step on the floor, especially on that defensive side of the ball, knowing he's back there.
All right, I'm going to put Quinten down here for a couple minutes. Thank you, Pat. Appreciate that.
Sticking with it.
What is the meeting schedule?
So 6-1 is 7. I wore 7 during my lacrosse run. And then 60 spots in the NBA draft. 61 just signifies me making my own journey.
How did you feel about the physicality game one, maybe compared to the Rockets series? Because I know that was a big talking point.
It felt like we came out of a war with the Rockets. I mean, they put up a hell of a fight, obviously. And, you know, I think we were ready for any physicality they brought. They're obviously a good team, but I thought we took the fight to them.
Getting through that, does that maybe make you feel like you can withstand any kind of physicality going forward?
In a way, I think it was a great challenge for us in the first round. Like, Rockets, obviously a very good team, played very physical. So, like you said, I think it's a great challenge for us in the first round.
What's the mood of the team, just knowing you're not going to have your superstar Steph?
I mean, we've had some games throughout the season where we didn't have either Steph or Jimmy. We've played games without Dre, so I feel like we're used to these things. Like now, it's just up to the other guys to step up and make an impact.
How does the offensive flow change going through Jimmy compared to the speed and pace of Steph, maybe?
Yeah, it's like so Steph brings organized chaos in a way, and Jimmy is a little more of a like structured setup where you need great spacing because he's such a threat one-on-one. So in a way, it's a little different, but you know we've played the second half of the regular season plus the first series of the playoffs with both Jimmy and Steph, so we kind of know how to play either way.
And for you as a rookie, obviously you've had playing experience now in the playoffs, but even on the bench, you see Draymond talking to you. How valuable is it even learning from the bench as well?
Yeah, no, 100%. Like I think what I'm seeing is just like veteran leadership is a real valuable thing in the NBA. Like guys have been through it, they know what needs to happen for us to win these games, and it shows.
What's it like seeing Steph the way he's dealing with the injury, especially during this time of the year, and obviously him here with the team at shoot-around? What's that been like?
I mean, it sucks to see him go through this, right? Like he's obviously somebody that really wants this more than anybody probably, and but I mean, I've seen him in the treatment room every time I'm in there getting something, done on my body. He's also in there working on the hamstring. I mean, we got one of the best staffs in the whole league, so I know he's doing everything to get back to it.